It's the housing crash nobody's talking about. Let's get into it. Viewers might be aware that the Albanese government has set a target to build 1.2 million homes over 5 years. That equates to 60,000 homes a quarter, or 240,000 homes per year. On Wednesday, the Australian Bureau of Statistics released quarterly data on dwelling commencements and completions. Over the June quarter of 2024, 44,900 homes were completed. That was 15,100 below the quarterly run rate of 60,000 required to meet Labor's housing target. In the 2023-24 financial year, 176,100 homes were completed across Australia. That was 63,900 less than the 240,000 required to meet Labor's housing target. However, the forward-looking indicators for construction are even worse. Over the June quarter of 2024, 40,300 dwellings commenced construction across Australia. That's nearly one-third below the Albanese government's target, which requires 60,000 dwellings to be constructed every single quarter. In the 2023-24 financial year, only 158,750 dwellings commenced construction across Australia. That was 81,250 below Labor's target, which requires 240,000 homes to be built annually. Earlier this month, the ABS also released dwelling approvals data up to August. In trend terms, only 14,000 homes were approved for construction in August, which was 6,000 below the 20,000 homes that need to be built every month to meet Labor's housing target. Over the year to August 2024, only 166,200 dwellings were approved for construction. That was 78,800 below Labor's annual housing target of 240,000 a year. The above chart plots annual dwelling approvals, commencements, and completions against population growth. As you can see, a massive gap has emerged between housing supply and housing demand. Australia's population grew by 631,300 last financial year. The chart on the left plots Albo's housing target in the red against actual dwelling completions. To cut a long story short, Albo's target was always heroic, and current construction levels are running so far behind it's not funny. To add insult to injury, there is zero likelihood of getting anywhere near Labor's 1.2 million housing target. First, interest rates are likely to remain structurally higher than they were at last decade's construction peak. At the peak in 2017, the official cash rate was 1.5% versus 4.35% currently, and it's very unlikely that the cash rate will fall to 1.5% in the next 5 years. Secondly, construction costs are running around 40% higher than they were pre-pandemic. This has obviously increased the cost of building homes, making it much harder to meet Albo's target. Third, builders are competing for labour and materials against government big build infrastructure projects. And finally, thousands of home builders have collapsed since the pandemic. This means that there's likely less capacity to supply homes across the Australian economy. To cut a long story short, this means that Australia's rental crisis will continue. Indeed, the world's largest commercial real estate group, CBRE, has released a report that projects that Australia's rental crisis will continue as population demand overruns supply. CBRE projects that Australia's population will grow by 3.6 million people to 31 million people by 2034. It also projects that Australia's apartment supply will hover around decade lows at just 50,000 per year between 2024 and 2029. CBRE projects that Australian rents will grow by 25% over the next 5 years, well above projected CPI inflation. And finally, CBRE projects that Australia's capital city vacancy rate will fall further to 1.2% by 2029 from 1.9% by 2024. In short, the situation is grim if you're a renter in Australia. Anyway, thanks for watching. Look, it's pretty clear that the only genuine solution to solving Australia's rental crisis is to cut immigration significantly so Australian housing supply can keep up with population demand. If Australia continues to import huge numbers of renters through immigration, Australia's rental crisis will continue to worsen. It's as simple as that.